Is on. Oh, this is not a usual time for me to do a live, but there was just an earthquake here. And you know how there are those earthquakes where you might not really notice them, and people will be like, "Did you feel that?" And half the people are like, "No." Oh, this was a definitely notice it earthquake. And it's the first earthquake like that that's happened since I built this house, this 4-story concrete house with a domed roof and, you know, all this stuff. And so when the whole place started shaking, I may have pooped my pants a little bit. But it looks like everything's holding up and everything's fine. Oh, I'm kind of looking around to see if there are any new leaks. Let's see. So who's here anyway? There are 2 people here. Maybe I should repeat myself, since I started talking before anyone got here. Anyway, so I don't usually... I'm having a Jaimie-thon. Hey, Ken. Hey, Daniel. Okay, so I don't usually do videos like this, but this is just a spontaneous, impromptu one, because there was just an earthquake. Yes, good job on the dome. Thanks, man. So this was one of those earthquakes that you definitely notice. And I was sitting over there doing some computer stuff, making a video, actually. And suddenly my chair starts swaying, and I start swaying, and I'm like, oh crap. And I'm looking at the building, and I'm hearing like all these pipes, right? All these pipes right here, they're all clinking around. And like my kayaks, which are hung up right over there, they're smacking against each other. And I'm just like, oh God, oh God, oh God. This is the first test of the house since I put it together. But, and the earthquake lasted like, not super long, but I don't know, 20 seconds or something. But yeah, it looks like everything is good. I don't even see any new drips or anything, like in the roof. I guess that's my first thought, was like, oh my God, the whole thing's just gonna come apart, right? But now I'm wondering, like, oh, it's pouring rain right now, by the way, too. It's like totally pouring rain. So if there's a leak in the roof, a new leak, I would notice. And there is a leak right on top of this peanut butter that I don't remember being there. It may have been there before. There's just a very, oh no, wait a minute. I don't know, that might be a new one. So maybe the roof did shift a little. Although I do remember like a couple drips being up there at some point in the past. But, yeah, you know, I'm looking around at the floor everywhere else, and I'm not seeing any wet spots. And it's been a few minutes, so I think maybe everything is fine. But that totally made me super nervous. Like when the whole place was shaking, I was like, oh my God. But yeah, it looks like everything's good. I hope everything's good. I think everything's good. Maybe I'll find some cracks tomorrow or something, but the building's standing and everything seems to be fine. Oh yeah, I have to use my other hand because this is the other camera. Let's see. I just got done watching your video town trip. Yeah, so now you're here. Any tsunami risk? I don't think there's much of a salami risk here because I'm not in the open ocean. Like there's a pretty big island. There are like 2 significant sized islands between me and the open ocean, and it would have to be a massive salami to get over both of those islands and get here, like going over miles of island before getting here. I hope everything's good. Everything seems to be good. Someone asked, are the kids okay? The kids are at Deshana's house right now, and she radioed me like right after. And yeah, everything was fine. Earthquake proof, yeah. Check on your kids. I did. Everything's fine with them. They're good. I'm pretty sure Deshana would have mentioned if there was any issue when she radioed me, right? I mean, like seconds after the earthquake. Let's see, earthquake proof. Check on your kids. Any bamboo in your area, great renewable material to build with. Well, bamboo is a funny thing. It rots very easily. And typically when people build with bamboo, they force borax into it. And I had this funny conversation with a girl several years ago, and she was telling me this exact same thing. Bamboo is an amazing material. You can do anything with it. And she's like telling me about this website where they build all this amazing stuff. Oh my gosh, it's a wonder material. It's the best ever. And so I go and look at this website, and it has a little thing over on the side, and they, it had some pretty cool buildings and stuff they built. But over on the side, it says how we treat our bamboo. So I went and looked, and they have a solution of borax and water, and they're like pumping it into the bamboo so it doesn't rot. So I replied to this lady. She was actually pretty cute. I kind of liked her. But anyway, I replied to her. I'm like, well, they pump borax into their bamboo, so it's not like they're just using the bamboo straight. She got angry. Oh my gosh, so angry. No, they don't. They're all natural, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it's right on their website. They pump borax into the bamboo. And she didn't believe me and got very angry. I did not bring up the subject again. But anyway, I don't actually know her anymore. Way to go, Jaimie. I really liked your styrocrete panels. Yeah, me too. Check for cracks. Yeah, it looks, I don't see any at the moment, and I feel like with how much it's raining right now, actually the rain's slowing down, but it was raining really hard when the earthquake happened, and then for the next 10 or 15 minutes, and I don't see any drips anywhere. But yeah, I'll go around and keep my eye on cracks. I always keep my eye out for cracks, whenever I'm walking around and stuff anyway, so there should be no change there. Internet says this was a 6.6. Where was it? Because obviously it wasn't a 6.6 right here. It wasn't that bad. Are the roof tiles finished? No, the roof tiles are not finished. And actually, if the roof tiles were finished, they would probably still protect, even if the roof shifted and cracked a little, because the roof tiles would be able to move a little and the plastic can stretch a little and whatever. So it's kind of nice to know that even without the roof tiles done, there seemed to be no leaks. Man, that really that made me nervous. Just the first earthquake test of my house, that really made me nervous. Like my heart was like, dum, 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 dum. Oh, but it seems to be good. You need some Flex Seal. I don't need any Flex Seal because everything seems to be good. Show us the new bridge. There was a little shot of it in the last video. Golfo de Cherokee, get out. It was not that close. There was not a 6.6 in the Gulf of Cherokee. Because if that's where I think it is, that's like, I'm basically in it. That can't be true. I'll have to look it up later. Is that really where the earthquake was? There might be more coming. Well, then I will just have to keep some fresh pants around in case I poo-poo my pants when my house starts shaking. I'll probably be a little bit less nervous now because that was a pretty good shakeup and the house seemed to be fine. Why do you say there might be more coming? That's not going to make me feel good right now. Although if there might be more coming, I'd rather know. Glad I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Well, since I'm here, do you want to know what I did today? And everyone's going to be like, no, but yes. Okay, so today I was working on the shark slicer and I took it out of here, out into the water. And I checked, this is all in a video that I was just making, so I'm going to upload it probably tonight or tomorrow morning, depending on electricity and whatever. Anyway, I took it out to the water and I tested the motor. The motor works. Everything is good, even though it was super cloudy and I couldn't turn the motor on very much because I just have a solar panel, no batteries or anything. But even with the clouds, the motor did turn on and pushed me a little bit. And then I got in the water and spent like 4 hours scrubbing barnacles. And my neighbor came over during that and I asked him to operate the camera for a minute. So I got some video of doing that. But man, scraping barnacles, It's not the best job in the world. Oh, but I'm so glad that's done. So glad it's done. It's not totally done. You know, there's some residual barnacle leavings. The way the barnacles work is they kind of like make this circle on your boat and then grow out from there. So when you scrape them off, often there's just this white circle left. Although it's pretty flush, so it's not too important to get that final circle off. Although, you know, it's kind of nice to get it off eventually. But I did get most of them off, but there are some, you know, circles still on the boat. However, it's totally at the point now when it's pretty streamlined. It's scraped off enough that I could totally use it like this. Let's see. There might be more coming. I checked for earthquake track. There is an aftershock warning. Oh, great. Well, an aftershock shouldn't be any bigger than the first shock, right? Hopefully. In which case, I mean, unless I was in some weird position where the aftershock got bounced in a funny way and augmented or something. But let's see. An aftershock warning. Was it really in the Gulf of Cherokee? I'm studying calculus right now. I guess this will be my break. Oh, excellent. Glad everything is okay, Jaimie. What's the next project after the boat rebuild? Well, kind of at the same time as I'm working on the boat, I've been working on the lumber mill. So I guess once I get the boat kind of finished off, then I can start working on the lumber mill again, get that. I mean, it's basically done. I mean, the boat and the lumber mill are kind of both in a position where they're like basically done. Just gotta, you know, cross some I's and dot some T's and stuff. Oh, and on the boat, one of the things it still needs is batteries. And I mentioned before that I had one, like a big lithium iron phosphate battery, a 24 volt, 100 amp hour battery coming for it that I convinced some company to send me. And I've convinced another company to send me another one. So I have two of them that will probably both end up on the boat. Even though the second one, I have to put in something else first because I said I'd make a video of it in something else. I mean, that's kind of how I got them for free, saying, you know, I would do videos and describing the excellent amazingness that I'll do with their batteries. Let's see. How does ceramic paint hold up to barnacles? It does not. I mean, the barnacles just stick right onto it, and they'll even like dig in under the paint. Like I've seen barnacles like with paint like up over them because they just kind of get right in there. Oh, those things stick like crazy. But you know, the paint it's not really meant to keep the barnacles off anyway. I mean, it would be nice if it did, but that's not what it does. To keep barnacles and stuff off, I would need to use something more toxic, which I don't want to do. It's also something you have to reapply regularly. So I'd rather just get in the water every few days and just wipe off the boat. So the boat I've been driving, actually I haven't cleaned it off in like a week or so, and I really need to do it. But most of the time that I take it out, like maybe once a day, once every other day, I'll take a brush and just scrub the side of the boat. It takes 5 or 10 minutes. It's pretty easy to do. It gives me an excuse to get in the water and, you know, get a bit of exercise. Mostly I like that it gives me a chance, you know, it gives me an excuse to get in the water, even if I don't really feel like swimming, because I always feel great after I get in, you know. But it's really easy to clean it off as long as you do it regularly. But this other boat, it had been, it was just in a situation where it was kind of parked up on a beach over at Deshana's house while I was building this house, and it kind of got into the water more and ended up getting barnacles on it, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, once I get the barnacles, I mean, now I'm just gonna keep them off, so it'll be a lot easier to deal with. Sleep in the boat just in case aftershocks. Well, aftershocks should not be as strong as the initial thing, right? So if the house was all fine with the initial thing, I should be fine with aftershocks. I'm not wearing pants. Well, I'm wearing pants. Mike's not wearing pants. I'm not wearing a shirt. I guess I could have put one on, but I just started this, whatever. Waiting for the wave. Hi, Jaimie. I'm late to the party. Yeah, is there going to be like? Well, if this earthquake was in the Gulf of Cherokee, there's a chance I could get away from it. I gotta see what the location of this. I don't know where it is. But yeah, I don't know. Is this about the 6.6 earthquake in Panama or the 4.2 in Central California? It would be the 6.6 in Panama. Can I get a confirmation of where that actually was? I'm just gonna have to go look on the thing later. I've lived most of my life on the West Coast, US. I have waterfront property on top of a geological fault. Ooh. Usually when the ground moves, there are others. Yeah. Oh, it's Tomaters. Hey, I still don't know how to make you a moderator. Can I swipe you into the moderator or something? How high about, let's say, high tide the house? How high about, let's say, high tide the house slab? I mean, you gotta write a better thing. Are you asking how high above high tide am I? Like a couple meters? Question on solar setup. I have a chance to buy 14 100-watt solar panels cheap and a charge controller and 2 deep cycle bow batteries. Do you think this setup would work reliably long term? I have no idea. It depends on a lot of things. It depends on the quality of the solar panels. Depends how hard you're using the batteries. If they're decent quality batteries and you don't drain them all the way, like you're very gentle on them, they'll last a long time. And then it also depends on what you mean by long term. Question: Do you wax your boat? No. How soon will you start building more floors in your house? The trampoline floor in your old house was awesome. As soon as I'm going to build the upper floors here, as soon as I get the lumber mill done and the boat done, and then the path to where my jungle is, and then get some logs over here and cut them with a lumber mill, then I can start making floors. I mean, the other option is I could just buy the wood. But I want to do all this stuff. And the thing is, if I buy the wood, I'm probably going to have to do all kinds of planing and stuff anyway. But if I cut the wood with my lumber mill, presuming it performs as well as I hope, the boards will come out pretty smooth and very even thicknesses, presuming I did a good job. Let's see. You need a ramp that you can crank it up out of the water. Also, you could do your maintenance on the hull that way. Use logs as a ramp. Well, I mean, I don't really have a spot where I could. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's something I could do. It's not as simple as it sounds. Like, just make a thing to pull the boat out of the water. Well, easy, right? Yeah, except it's like big and heavy and big. And yeah, I mean, one of my boats I pull out of the water, my smallest one. And right now I have 2 boats in the water. I'm probably gonna pull one of them out, and then I'll only have 1 boat in the water all the time. And 1 boat in the water is pretty easy to keep up with because I, drive it regularly, so I can jump in and scrub it off whenever. Now that the girls are older, will they build their own boats? Probably. They're getting there. USGS now says it was a 6.3, 71 kilometers south of Boca Chica, Panama. Okay, that's not that close to me. Dinner time, take care. Later, Ken. Earthquake? Are you sure it's not Godzilla coming to crush you? Oh no, is it Godzilla? I don't know. I feel like Godzilla would keep walking. That was only a few steps. I bet there are new trees on the ground. The earthquake probably did some work for you. That's true. There's a good chance. If I go over to the jungle right now, there are some new trees on the ground. So I need to get this lumber mill going and get the path in there and find some trees that have been knocked down by this shaking up. There might be some really good trees out there. You can also use your mill to make some money selling boards. Well, yes. I mean, I could do a lot of things to make money. I don't know that I'd want to sell boards. Maybe. I mean, I might. It's a lot of work and not that much profit. And there are things that I could do that are kind of skills, not specific to me, but skills that I have that not a lot of other people have. Like I could make some pretty nice kayaks and sell those with a much higher profit margin, or do some other like higher skilled kind of things to make money with less work but more skill, you know. So I'd probably want to do that. But I mean, I might sell some boards. I don't know. All right. I guess that's all I was going on about. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to go on about? Well, when I went to town, I got paint for the boat, so I'm pretty excited to do that. But I need a few sunny days in a row because, like, I want to make sure the paint dries and doesn't get rained on. At least one full sunny day, you know, if I paint in the morning, it should be fine. But, you know, a couple days would be nice because the esmalte paint, the what's it called? Esmalte. What does esmalte mean? The enamel, the enamel paint. I think it takes a few days to like fully dry. So I want to get it pretty dry. Let me just check something here. Oh. A 4.5 hit up on the San Andreas Fault in California that gave us a good jolt in the mountains near San Jose 5 minutes later after the Panama earthquake. Really? So like just now? That's funny. Earthquakes going on all over the place. Well, I guess that's it. I'm going to get out of here and go eat dinner because, like, man, that was an exhausting day of scrubbing those stinking barnacles. I actually got cold because it's you know, a little bit colder than normal. Do you grow weed there? No, I don't grow or use weed. I don't need weed. Are you kidding? I don't need weed. Who needs weed? I do have some cacao. This is natural chocolate, you know, 100%. No sugar, nothing added. I was searching for the California quake and found you. Good luck. Oh, because I named my video Earthquake. That's funny. All right. Well, okay, I'm going to get out of here and go eat some food because I'm exhausted and tired. And someone asked if I could make a cooking video. I think I can at some point. But all right, I'm going to get out of here and everyone have an excellent morning, evening, afternoon, lunchtime, midnight, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. All right. Stay safe. You too.